There is a deep-seated fundamental problem with discussing anything on the internet with a stranger. Um, Not because, one, you don't know that person IRL, you are not talking to them, you are not engaging with them. When you talk to a person in a real life, that is a measurable effect on your personal happiness and growth. But something I want to get into is that people on the internet, on places like Reddit, Twitter, not Instagram really, those two places most, Discord also, those kind of places, they like to have these intellectual discussions. The problem I've noticed with them is that you don't know the person you're talking to. You don't know, that poor guy could be 13. He could be some 13-year-old who hasn't even gotten to high school yet. And you're discussing the geopolitical future of China. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, why are you spending all this social energy on freaking Discord of all places? Like, go talk to people. The thing is that all that time spent cultivating knowledge on the internet, it's best used in your own life. And another thing is that when you spend a lot of time here, you get a lot of these niche interests. You get very into things that just, you go outside and nobody knows what you're talking about. That's a problem. And the slang that's used on the internet is very bad also. Cope, seethe, these aren't ways to have a productive conversation. These are enders, they're toppers. They are as if the person is saying, I am better than you because I can use these words. And the argument on the internet, if it goes on long enough, it will become a quest for dominance. I mean, most arguments are nowadays. They're a quest to win. You got to score the points. You gotta look good in front of everybody. And when you have a serious discussion with somebody in real life, there isn't an audience. It's just you. It's just you and the guy you're talking to, or the woman. I don't care. They, them, whatever. Who gives a shit? You need, like, when you discuss something on the internet, like, let's say, I don't know, feminism, whoever is able to garner the most likes, the most positive reactions that support them, that is the point system on the internet. That is how it's scored. That's how your debates are scored. How many likes, how many retweets, how many react emojis you get. That's how you win arguments on the internet. So you're not actually getting that deep into discussion because, one, you're writing on a computer, and when you write on a computer, you simply don't undergo the same mental process that when you write on hand. You have to slow down when you write on hand. You have to be careful. You have to, like, if you're writing with a pen, you have to, like, cross it out if you mess it up. There's a lot that goes into writing in hand. But if you're on a computer, you don't have to worry about spelling. The computer's going to fix that for you. You can go as fast as you can type. It's not ideal. So when you're arguing on the internet, you're arguing with somebody you don't know and don't care about in real life. Like, if you were arguing with your dad or your, like, friend over the geopolitical future of China, you would be able to have a much more productive argument because you know each other. You know your past, your history, your education. You know how much things matter to you. You know their value system. So you're able to relate to them much more. And you can get to that flow state when you're arguing with them. You can actually become invested in the conversation. When you're arguing with somebody on the internet, you're often distracted. You got this notification. You got, I can scroll down and look at more comments. Ooh. Not very good. Not good at all. So, and then another thing is people like to share memes on the internet as arguments as well. Memes are arguments. They are the synthesization of somebody's viewpoint into an image. Just like how a good book synthesizes somebody's worldview, or a good movie will teach you some valuable life lessons. Any good piece of art will teach you a good, valuable life lesson. But, man, you're not getting much productivity out of those sorts of conversations. You think you are. You're making like all these points, these arguments, and it feels like you're moving. But really, where have you gone? You haven't connected to anybody in your life. You haven't moved forward, in a sense. You've just been arguing with this random guy. You've done nothing at all. It's pointless. It's legitimately pointless. And then there are all these fucking like weird ass like, why would you would never in an ordinary system ever get caught up in these sorts of arguments. You would never have a debate like this in real life. You discuss each other's interests, like, oh yeah, I like to check the news, like you talk about it for a bit and then you move on. Like, oh, I like to do this with my free time. I like to solve a puzzle. I like to play a video game once in a while. Like, whatever. Don't argue on the internet. Just don't. It's a bad idea. You're not getting any sort of personal fulfillment or connection from it. And it's really, really fucking pointless. It is. It gets you nowhere. Nowhere at all. Anyways, see you next time.